From the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
So I'm going off script a little bit. You don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I just saw it before we sat down to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we've talked about this on the show, but you know who Lisa Rinna is, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on Bravo. She was previously an actress. She was on Days of Our Lives. She was on Melrose Place. She was on Veronica Mars one season.
Mm.
Anyway, she got pictures taken of her and her two daughters who are top models. And they live in L.A., in Malibu, I believe. And she's always kind of let the paparazzi do their thing. She's never been anti-paparazzi like some of these celebrities are.
Okay.
So she tries to look good and she'll actually smile for them, and she doesn't think they're too intrusive unless they, jump over her walls into her house. Then she has a problem with it. Anyway, so she posted 8 pictures that paparazzis took of her that she found online. She posted on her Instagram account.
I feel like we've already talked about
Did we talk about this?
Yeah.
All right, well, it just came to fruition. She was sued for $1.4 million for posting these pictures of herself.
They don't belong to her.
I understand that. So you're on their side and not her side? I'm still on her side.
I don't know if I have a side. I just know that's the way it works.
I understand that.
Why anyone would want to be a celebrity is beyond me.
I don't think I would want people taking pictures of me and having pictures of me going to the supermarket in my sweatpants in the Star magazine. No, I don't want that. However, it happened. She posted the picture. She got sued. They settled out of court. Now, of course, when you settle out of court, you sign one of those NDAs or whatever, non-disclosure agreements. So we don't know how much she ended up paying, but she said, I ended up paying for the fucking pictures. And I just find it wrong. I find it wrong. I think it's not quite right that you can't post a picture of your fucking self that someone took in a public place of you. It's not right.
It's not her picture to own.
It's not right. Anyway, how do you guys feel about that? All right, now back to regularly scheduled programming. I wanted to start with this because it's so friggin' weird. You guys may have seen this. It came out a couple days ago. Amazon's Alexa will soon take on the voice of your dead relative. Dale, they're actually going to do this. Amazon unveiled a new feature in the works for its virtual assistant, Alexa, that can read aloud in a deceased loved one's voice based on just a short recording of that person. Apparently, you only need a minute of a recording. So maybe your grandma left you a voicemail.
Yeah.
Or you've got her on an old cassette tape somewhere. You could literally ask your Amazon Echo Dot, which, we're not an Amazon family. We're an Apple family, so we have HomePods and stuff around our house. We have, what's her name? Siri, not Alexa. Anyway, you can say, Alexa, can Grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz? And then it'll start reading the fucking Wizard of Oz in your grandma's voice. It's creepy as shit. Now, a lot of people are having some issues with this.
Of course they're having privacy issues. I just don't understand why people have privacy issues, considering privacy is not a thing.
It apparently is not a thing.
It's not a thing. If it doesn't exist in the wild, it cannot exist. It just can't. So if you think that you have privacy, you're fucking blind and stupid. I don't care what product you're using.
Microsoft recently announced that it was restricting the use of software that mimics people's voices, saying the feature could be weaponized by those trying to impersonate speakers, for deception reasons. And I can see that. What if you took Biden's voice, put it into your computer, and made Biden say anything you want and put it on the radio?
Right.
Make him sound like, he just started World War III. People would freak the fuck out.
There's nothing no one's going to make that people can't use for abusive purposes.
Everything that's ever been made has been used for some kind of abusive purpose.
Look at the AirTags. It's a great feature.
It's a great thing. Until people started stalking people with them.
That doesn't mean you stop it. You prosecute those who use it the wrong way.
Well, I agree with you on that. Anyway.
But this is just a thing of... No one asked for this.
No one asked for it, but they're working on it. No launch date has been set yet. We don't know when this is actually going to happen. But when it does happen, I'm wondering if I can get Ricky Martin to read us dirty stories before we go to bed.
Yeah, but look at it. Like, what if you are a person who had a child and you know the child's grandmother is now just recently deceased, and maybe having that person read a book. I mean, that's innocent.
It is. It is innocent. It's also incredibly creepy. But I and maybe it would be nice for people to, a husband and wife that were married for 50 or 60 years and one of them passes away, and
you can go to the fucking mall, and go to the Build-A-Bear, and you can have a recording put in the Build-A-Bear of someone who left you a voicemail and say, "Oh, I love you," and they're no longer with us, and now you have that bear that you can sleep with and press the button.
Oh, they already do that?
Yeah.
It's super creepy. What do you guys think?
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
We got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw up.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your hosts,
It's very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
So if I ever die, I want you to put my voice in a Build-A-Bear and put it on the nightstand next to your bed, and you can listen to me every night.
And I know what it's going to say.
Do you think both the dogs are in the house?
Where do you think all this money is coming from? That's exactly what it would say.
It would say, what did you spend $80 on?
No, that's exactly what it would say. Where do you think all this money is coming from?
Hey, July 4th weekend is upon us. It's coming up. July 4th is actually next Monday, but it's July 4th weekend because, people put it all together. They make a whole 3-day thing out of it.
Yeah.
And most people are off on Monday, right? Most non-service people are off. Right. We are not looking forward to it. Dale and I have not looked forward to the 4th of July now for, God, I've had this one now for
6 years.
And this one for 9. Our dogs are very, very, very sensitive to fireworks and all kinds of explosions in the air.
Completely different sensitivities.
Right. Charlie will bark his fucking head off nonstop for 5 or 6 hours.
Charlie runs towards the fireworks and barks.
Sticks will cry and drool and shake, and it's just an absolute mess. We are not allowed to go away on the 4th of July. We're not allowed to go out. We can't go out to dinner. We can't go watch fireworks. We need to stay home and babysit these fucking dogs. And I'll tell you why. The last time we were here in Las Vegas, what was it? 2018, I guess, or 2019. Yeah. Or 2020. Was it the summer of 2020 before we moved?
It was 2020 because we moved during the pandemic.
It was literally from 8:30 until 2 a.m. Every fucking neighbor for miles around was sending off commercial grade fireworks into the air all fucking night long. It seems like Las Vegas is the hub for illegal fireworks.
Same thing happened in DC when we lived there.
Yeah, DC too. But this was great. Well, we didn't get this. We didn't have this problem in Delaware. I mean, there were some, but it wasn't like this.
It's because they're hard to get because they're illegal in Delaware, illegal in Maryland. I think you can get them in Pennsylvania and Virginia, but when you're living where we're living, it's so far to get to those places. Yeah.
Well, where are people around here? Because they're also illegal in Nevada, so people must be getting them in Arizona, California. I don't know.
I mean, they're selling them here.
They're selling little sparklers and pop rocks and stuff like that. Pop rocks, you know what I'm talking about? Bottle rockets, that kind of thing. That kind of thing is fine. We're talking about. I mean, our next door neighbors, when we lived here before, they were shooting off ones that looked like regular old commercial ones that go way up in the air and explode.
It's not that I don't mind them shooting off fireworks. Is that you have to understand where we live, right?
We're living in a tinderbox.
Right.
We have 25 pine trees in our backyard that are desperate for water.
It takes nothing.
It would take nothing for our entire backyard to go up in flames. That's what I'm worried about. Thank God we have lots of hoses, and we should have the hoses ready to go.
Right.
We really should. Anyway, freaking out here. I had the same problem in New Jersey. Remember when I had the beach house in Spring Lake, New Jersey, and our back neighbors behind us were shooting off those, and they kept flying into our backyard. And I'm like, our fucking trees are going to go up in flames. Anyway, happy 4th, y'all. I hope you have a really good time. Just play with sparklers, not the other stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And how many people get injured or lose limbs and hands and stuff?
There's great videos, and I get a sense of satisfaction from some of these videos because they usually take place where shit like that's not supposed to happen, and then you see a massive blow up, and it's like, that's what you get.
That's what you get. That's why you have no hand, because you're playing with something illegal. It seems like every damn news story right now is about the Supreme Court and their opinion pieces. We're not going to be talking about that because we don't do that on this show.
Thank God.
You guys are getting that everywhere else. What I want to talk about is staffing shortages, and this is very sad to me. Just saw this come across the wires right before we sat down to do the show. Johns Hopkins University does this great summer program for college-bound high school students. They do it all over the East, up and down the East Coast at major universities, and it's centered at Johns Hopkins, which is in Maryland, and they also have a campus in D.C. They bring together all of these great minds and professors and stuff that just do these 3-week courses for college-bound seniors. I think they're college-bound seniors.
What Johns Hopkins specializes in so much. The DC Johns Hopkins is international studies.
Sure. But they also do medical stuff,
medical studies,
bio industries, and all kinds of stuff.
Tons.
It's one of the top schools in the country.
Place.
They've been doing this program for 40-something years. They canceled it for the first time ever, canceled it with 48 hours notice. Kids were already in the air, in airplanes, flying from all over the country to the East Coast to go to these 3-week seminars. Canceled it because of staffing shortage. Couldn't get enough teachers. I mean,
I feel like that's a fuck up on their part because you knew that beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that before 48 hours.
How did you not know 2 days before that you weren't going to be able to staff all of these sessions?
Right.
But thousands and thousands of kids.
I know.
Really. So they are reimbursing them for their tuition and also reimbursing them for their travel.
Nice.
I mean, Johns Hopkins has deep pockets if they can do that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Johns Hopkins has.
But why didn't they call me? I would have literally volunteered. I would have taught a class for 3 weeks. I don't know what I could teach, but I would have done it. I would have gone in there.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about becoming a bus driver here in the Vegas Valley.
I always do you know
that
stupid? I actually thought that'd be fun.
The school bus drivers are getting $22 an hour.
I always wanted to drive the big city buses. Only if you could put me in a compartment on the bus where I was protected and couldn't talk to people. I just think driving a bus could be fun.
I think driving a bus would be fun. I don't know about driving a school bus. That might really suck.
And a subway train, I think, would be fun.
Oh, that would be fun. You're protected there because you're in your own little room.
Yeah, you're in your own thing.
Yeah. Also, as you guys know, this is not the summer to go on vacation if you're flying. Airlines are canceling flights left and right every single day, thousands of flights a day. And I don't know who would go to Europe this summer. My sister's going.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go to Europe this summer. I mean, they're canceling flights constantly. And also, there are tons and tons of European strikes scheduled to happen this summer. They actually schedule their strikes. Did you know that? So, airport workers are striking. And
I get it. I get it because you're providing the service. It's really not even a service. It's become part of it's a necessity now. It's a thing. I mean, you just can't have a whole airport go on lockdown and have millions of.
They actually say, hey, we're going to be on strike from June 28th till July 5th. I mean, so get ready.
I did read that LAX, what's today? Today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
LAX canceled 700 flights on Sunday.
I mean, amazing.
That is an incredible.
I'm so glad we're not.
We're one airport.
We don't actually have any plans to fly until October. I'm hoping they get this shit fixed by October. I don't know that they can because you can only train so many pilots. Where'd all the pilots go? Where'd they all go? I would reinstate the ones that they made retire because now the retirement age is like 65.
Well, that's what happened.
Bring them back.
And I mean, it would cost you a lot of money, but you could certainly bring them back and say, hey, keep what we gave you.
Yeah.
That severance, that retirement.
Yeah.
Could you please just come back for a limited amount of time until we can replace you the right way?
As long as they pass their physical. Commercial airline pilots in the United States have to pass a full physical every 6 months. Even starting out when they're 20-something years old. Every 6 months.
That's good.
So if someone, like my dad could probably still fly. You know, he retired 12 years ago, but I bet he could still fly. Yeah. Maybe you don't want him flying at 75 years old.
Right. Deal!
Let's... Do you guys know why that's funny?
They don't need to know.
My mom's name is Dale, too. Yeah. It's weird.
Oh, my God. We only got 15 minutes left to get through this whole thing.
Stupid, wasteful government alert. We're talking about this all the time. Did you see this video?
I watched this video. It made me a little happy.
It made me disgusted, Dale.
Only because I've been in this situation in D.C. a little bit. I haven't, the ones that you see on the video.
Yeah.
But I've seen them in D.C. and it frustrates the fucking hell out of me.
Agree with you that let's tell them what we're talking about. New York City confiscated over 100 dirt bikes and all-terrain vehicles from the streets of New York City. And yes, they're illegal. You're not allowed to use them on the streets in any city in the country. It's extremely dangerous, as Mayor Eric Adams said in his press conference about this. But what did the city of New York do? They took the 100 dirt bikes and all-terrain vehicles and they ran them over with a bulldozer. They destroyed them to a pulp, which just pissed me off. Yes, no one should be using dirt bikes and all-terrain vehicles on the streets of New York City. However, why didn't the city sell them?
Right.
Or donate them or recycle them or do something more productive.
Even as run over, they could
But they could have sold them and made money off
I think so
the
too.
Deal.
But it did make me happy.
It pissed me off.
And there was a whole thing and maybe I don't think I'm on the wrong side of it. I won't say that. But in DC there was an article in a liberal magazine that said how much that this riding dirt bikes and ATVs in the city street is a cultural thing and should be protected. Fuck you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Fuck you.
That's
do you know what they fucking do?
Thing?
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's insanity.
It's stupid.
It's not safe.
It's stupid.
And they ride like a bat out of hell.
And it's not even on city streets. They did this shit on the Beltway.
No. Oh, come on now.
And so you're never going to get me on your side with this shit. Never.
No, that doesn't make any sense at all. This is what I think every time I see someone riding a bike down the Las Vegas Boulevard, the Strip. You shouldn't ride a bike on that busy street. You're just asking to be killed. Stop with that. That should be illegal too. You want to ride a bike, ride it out in the suburbs or in the parks that we have. You don't need to be riding your damn bike in a city. I wonder how many people get killed every year riding a bicycle in New York City on their way to work. I bet it's a lot.
It might be a lot, but you also
it's dangerous.
You also, and especially there's videos online of couriers.
Yeah.
And how
they zoom in and out.
And then they get fucking pissed. I was like, you know what?
Fuck you.
I'm traveling on a highway with cars that are going slower than you.
Right.
And I expect that you should do the appropriate thing and not weave in and out. And so when I open my door and all of a sudden you're fucking there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You. Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's your bad, not mine.
Exactly.
This is the way I feel when we're driving down the highway and you see motorcycles go zooming in and zooming out and around cars. And I'm like, you know what? I just expect to see them on the side of the road in a couple miles, you know? They're just going to be hit.
I don't feel sorry for them.
It's not safe. So this might be interesting. It's actually probably already happened by the time you guys listen to this show, but two of the entertainment world's most controversial figures are sitting down to talk to each other this morning.
Oh my God.
It's gone my schedule to listen to it. It's happening. Alec Baldwin is scheduled to interview Woody Allen live on Alec's Instagram page this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. No, neither one of them are.
No,
as far as I know.
Woody Allen.
No, not at press time. They're still alive. Allen was recently, as you probably know, subject of the HBO documentary called Allen versus Pharaoh, which explored the sexual abuse allegations against Allen made by his adoptive daughter, Dylan Farrow. This has been out there for years and years and years.
Forever.
We've talked about it on the show before. He has been investigated time and time again by the officials, and time again he's been let go because they can't find any proof of this. A lot of people say that Mia Farrow put this into Dylan's mind when she was a small little child and made her believe that it happened when it really didn't. We'll never know the truth. I am convinced we'll never know the truth.
No, we never.
This is one of those situations where you just don't know, and there's no way to prove it. And
the bad thing is this guy has been ostracized. And will never have another job in Hollywood because of this, even though he has not been
not the way he has
of any crime. And I think that's fucking wrong.
It's fucking wrong. And I think he is an absolute genius. I am such a fan of his writing, such a fan of his movies. I think he's just absolutely brilliant. I don't think he did this, but I really obviously don't know. Baldwin seems to brush off any preoccupation with Allen's reputation, noting in the caption of his post about doing this interview tomorrow or today that he has zero interest in anyone's judgments and sanctimonious posts here. And he said, I could not care less about anyone's speculation, basically about whether or not Allen is guilty or not. And I agree with that. I think if hopefully they'll sit down and they'll talk about Allen's work and not this, because I think this is just kind of a bunch of bull. He's already talked at length about this and says he's innocent. So hopefully they'll just talk about movies and stuff. That would be kind of fun. And music.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is happening. I'll probably listen to it this morning and report about it later. Got some entertainment stuff. There's tons and tons of entertainment stuff to talk about this week. Very excited. I don't know that we're going to watch it tonight, but Only Murders in the Building Season 2 drops today on Hulu.
Isn't the third one?
Yeah, this is Season 2. Yeah, it's only been on once. This is Season 2. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that?
Okay.
Yeah, this is Season 2. I don't know how many episodes are going to drop today. I know that they won't drop them all. So it's either going to, it'll be one or two, and then we'll get one each Tuesday.
I'm really hoping, I honestly thought this was the third one, but I'm really hoping that this is the last one. Because it's going to end up, you know what it's going to be? It's going to end up like You, where it's just too much of the fucking same.
Too much of the same thing.
And I couldn't watch the recent season of You, even though I liked the first two. It was just,
I think maybe, I'm surprised that you think this is Season 3, because it was a short and sweet Season 1, and this is Season 2.
I swear this is Season 3, and you got it wrong.
It's not. I think, I mean, you can look it up and try to change my opinion. Top Gun Maverick flies past $1 billion worldwide. Can you imagine that? $1 billion that movie's made. And here's what's happening. You and I decided not to see it because we hate Tom Cruise so much. But even people who say they hate Tom Cruise are coming out of the movie saying that it's an absolute perfect movie and they loved it. I've heard some friends, like even our friend Robbie, says it's better than the 1986 original.
I've heard that. I still have no interest in watching it.
I have really no interest. Maybe if it's on HBO someday, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If it's on my TV.
I just dislike that man so much.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
All right, so we're not going to talk about it anymore. No more Tom Cruise news. But $1 billion is a lot of money.
Well, yeah.
That man has made more money probably than any other actor in Hollywood.
He doesn't even work that much either.
But guess what? It's not true. I looked it up. I thought this earlier, and I just said it, and I'm contradicting myself. Guess who the most bankable star in Hollywood is? Has made more money. His movies have made more money than any other actor in the entire world.
I feel like it's someone you might not think.
Yeah, it's someone you might not think.
And I think I know this person. Don't tell me. His name is
You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it.
Jeff Goldblum.
It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Really?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, okay.
He's in all the Marvel movies.
That's true.
And he's been in everything else.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. His movies have made more than Tom Cruise movies.
Okay.
Kind of funny.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise has made like 46, 47 movies. And they've all been hits. Like almost all of them. Except for Eyes Wide Shut. That was a piece of shit.
That was a weird fucking movie.
Carol Burnett, we talked about her just a few weeks ago when we said that she was going to be guesting on Mrs. American Pie. Is that what it's called? That new show on Hulu or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, she's also going to play a guest role on one of Dale's favorite shows. She's going to be a guest on the final season of Better Call Saul.
Wah, wah.
And guess what? She says it's her favorite show.
Get out.
It's Carol Burnett's favorite show, Better Call Saul.
So I will say, and I had this conversation with someone else who came over to the house recently, our potentially new dog sitters.
Yes.
And, Better Call Saul is a prequel to Breaking Bad. And I believe, and so did this person, that Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad.
Well, did you also know that Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul will be a part of season 6?
Yeah, we knew that.
We already knew
this Carol
that.
Burnett thing I didn't know about, but the other part, yes. Because it was AMC does this split season stuff like they always do. We're still waiting for the damn third part of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And so
But you've only got 6 episodes left, right? That's it.
Well, I haven't even started this last season yet because I was waiting for them all to come out. And you're right, they don't come out until July 11th for the part 2 of
this final season
6.
So the second half of the 6th and final season will come to AMC and AMC Plus beginning July 11th, which is not too far away. Mm-hmm. And then the series finale, the very end of all of this, happening on August 15th.
Yeah. Since you told me about this, you sent me the article because the article wasn't clear as exactly what role she was playing. I was trying to guess it.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Her name is Marion. That's all we know.
I don't know what role she's going to play.
It could be a sweet 2-minute thing, or it could be a whole episode. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know. We'll find out. I assume since it's coming as soon as July 11th that it's already in the can and she's already filmed it.
Oh, it's all done.
Yeah. So anyway, I have a problem with Broadway. We talked about Broadway sometimes on the show, and we were just talking about it the other day, how I like short and sweet shows and I don't like long shows. I find it very hard to sit through.
Like this show?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Short and sweet. You want it to be short and sweet. I want it to be long.
I've always told you. So when I came back, I wanted to be 30 minutes. I swear, every time I sit in this seat, every week is 5 minutes longer, 5 minutes longer, 5 minutes longer.
Almost every fucking show is 45 minutes long. So just stop with that. You're just so crazy. It's not getting longer. It is not getting longer. I swear.
But it's not what I agreed to.
You need to... There is no...
I wanted the 30-minute show.
There's no contract here.
You fucking ramble. That's what you do.
Oh, my God. Back to the Future, the musical, is coming to Broadway for the 2023 season. And I find this just so laughable and stupid until I found out that it's been on London's West End since 2021 and won the Olivier Award for Best New Musical last year.
Olivier?
Laurence Olivier.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't get my mind around the fact that they could take one of my favorite movies of all time. It is literally my favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
How you could put that on the stage, you can't. And 2, why you would put it to music, that's stupid. And apparently they did it, and it won Best New Musical. So I'm kind of intrigued. So I'm wondering will we need to go to New York next fall to see the show?
No.
I don't think so either because it just seems stupid to me.
I hate all Broadway. I don't care what it is.
I'm excited about this, though. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, the third Greek wedding movie, is filming right now in Greece.
I never seen the first one.
What? Are you serious?
Not all the way through.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
It is so funny. So funny. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Maybe.
We should turn it on some afternoon while we're playing Parcheesi or something. Anyway, Nia Valderas, who plays Tula in the original first two movies, she is directing this movie. This is her second time directing a movie. No word on who's getting married in this one. So anyway.
Oh.
Here's another remake that I don't think needs to be remade.
Depends on who the boys are.
Here we go. They are now.
Because I honestly think.
I know.
Oh, wait, go.
They might, if they're cute. Is that what you're saying? That might be good.
I was going to say that the Lost Boys, right? This is what we're talking about.
This is before your time. So The Lost Boys is a 1987 movie with Jason Patric, Kiefer Sutherland, Jamie Gertz, Alex Winter, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Diane Wiest. All these fucking amazing people. It's a modern class. It's a classic from my growing up.
Right.
I mean, 1987, I was 17 years old. You were 4? Wait, you weren't even... You were like, how old were you in 1987? You were like...
6.
You didn't watch this movie.
I didn't watch this movie when I was 6.
No, but you watched it later.
And as a little young gay boy, you get your thrills where you get your fucking thrills.
I thought you said it as a little Yoda. Anyway, Warner Brothers is remaking The Lost Boys, and I just don't get it. I don't understand why we need another vampire movie, because everything's about vampires nowadays.
Well, please don't direct the Corey Feldman. I know the other one's dead. That cute one's gone.
I don't think any of the people are going to be in it. They're all way too
Corey
old.
Feldman.
He's not going to be in it.
Well, I don't know what their storyline is.
Wait, Corey Feldman's alive. Corey Haim is dead.
Corey Haim.
Whatever. Does it matter? He's dead. Bernard Hughes is probably dead too.
He was always a cute one.
Anyway, it was really good. It was a great movie. Jason Patric, of course, was the hottie in that.
I mean, I haven't seen this movie in God knows how long.
It's a slow burn. And it's not
even that great. It's just
no. It was great at the time, and it's got
it's
got a great soundtrack. Echo and the Bunnymen, and there's so many great songs in there. Yeah. Anyway, we're telling you guys what to watch.
Talk about great soundtrack.
Yeah, last week
I told you this sitting on the couch.
You did. Last week we told you we were going to look forward to it, and we were going to watch Loot, the new sitcom. It's not a sitcom. It's a funny kind of show on Apple TV Plus. They dropped 3 episodes. Dale and I watched it last week. We watched all 3 episodes in one sitting, and it's really funny. Maya Rudolph. And yeah, loved it. And you love the music.
Love it. It makes me want to know. I want to know how old Maya Rudolph is.
I think she's like my age, like 50-ish.
Because she gets me. Because I know that she's directing this, right?
I don't know whether she's directing.
I tell you what, whoever's directing it and picking the music, the soundtrack on this. If you grew up, listening to music in late 80s and all of the 90s, you're gonna fucking love it because you sat there and didn't even know the fucking songs.
I didn't know the songs, but I enjoyed it.
This is old school 90s hip hop.
I didn't know that.
It's fucking great. So they need to come out with a Loot CD.
A soundtrack.
An album.
Yeah, you let them know. Why don't you send them jot them off a note?
I tell you, it's a great freaking show.
Dale didn't watch this, but I watched Halftime, the new documentary on Netflix about J-Lo. It came out, dropped a couple days ago, I think last Friday. I watched it this past weekend. I highly, highly recommend it. It's basically the gist of this documentary is her making the Super Bowl halftime show that she did in 2020, right before the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And what went into that show and the thinking behind it and putting her together with Shakira, which she was not happy about, by the way. So although she loved Shakira, she was not happy about the double billing.
Yeah. Because I heard you watching this, and I came in on it during her time talking about Selena.
Yeah. Well, that's what put her on the map.
That's put her on the map.
That was her first thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the woman's made over 40 movies. She was, she's a triple threat. I mean, she can act, she can dance, she can sing.
Yeah, the movie she's made hasn't been great, but they're fun to watch, like Stepmother.
Step Monster.
Step Monster.
That's a great movie with Jane Fonda. Yeah, that's super great. And then there's so many good ones. I mean, Made in Manhattan, love that one.
I mean, they're basically
Hustlers.
They're Lifetime movies.
That is not true. They're not Lifetime movies. They're better than Lifetime movies.
Okay.
I do want to watch Hustlers. It's on our list. We have not watched it yet.
I haven't seen it.
I mean, she was nominated for both an Oscar and a Golden Globe for that. So
she is a good actress. I like her.
Yeah.
I like her a lot. I
She's super great.
I just don't want to watch about her life.
She's an amazing entertainer. I mean, we saw her in concert here in Vegas, and it was one of the best concerts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys haven't watched Downton Abbey, A New Era yet, the second movie in the Downton Abbey franchise, it's now streaming on Peacock.
Peacock.
And now for something completely different.
So now we're talking about food real quick so we can get under 45 minutes.
Jesus.
The Frenchicle is a thing. Even Bill Maher was talking about this last week. The Canadian ketchup brand French's, which I didn't even know French's was a Canadian brand. Did you?
No, I thought it was an American brand.
French's is a Canadian company. They have unleashed a ketchup-flavored popsicle in honor of summer.
French's make ketchup?
French's makes ketchup. Yeah. They make mustard, too.
I only thought they only made mustard.
They make ketchup. Anyway, so most people online said yuck to this, but some are intrigued, especially Americans, but they won't be able to try it because they're not selling their Frenchicles here in the United States. It's only a Canadian thing.
I mean, that's the thing. These things are brilliant. I mean, this is fucking disgusting, but these things
talking about it.
It's brilliant because people are going to fucking buy them, and they're going to buy them because they're relatively, I'm sure they're not expensive. Right. You're going to go home, you're going to have a party. It's like, try this.
It's basically...
They're going to sell.
It's basically a Bloody Mary popsicle, right? You could put some vodka in there and make a Bloody Mary pop.
Freaking gross.
Anyway, so French's felt bad for the Americans that don't get to buy the Frenchicles at your local supermarket, so they put the recipe online. Here's the recipe. It's 3 1/4 cups of tomato juice, 1/2 cup of French's tomato ketchup. You got to use French's or it's not right. 2 teaspoons of Frank's Red Hot Original Cayenne Pepper Sauce, and then a Caesar rim, which is kind of their mixture that they use that you would put on a rim of a Bloody Mary, that kind of spice mixture. And then you freeze it and put a stick in it. It's not like Caesar dressing, but it's kind of a spicy. Maybe it tastes like Caesar dressing.
What is Caesar other than dressing?
I don't know. This is a Canadian thing. Things are different in Canada.
Is it maple syrup?
It's not maple. No, it's spicy. It's spicy. I mean, there's cayenne pepper in here and ketchup and tomato juice. It's probably tastes like a fucking
something
Bloody
else
Mary.
we didn't ask for.
Anyway, do you want to make these Frenchicles at home and have them? No. We could put vodka in them.
Now you're speaking my language.
Oreo, we like to talk about limited edition stuff. We do it on the show all the time. Oreo is releasing a new limited edition Neapolitan cookie for the summer season. Actually sounds really good.
This should be a real thing.
The cookie itself is a waffle cone flavored cookie.
Yes.
And then inside, there's not one layer of cream. There's 3 layers of cream because that's what Neapolitan is.
This should be a real thing.
It's vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate inside the waffle cone cookie.
At least we're not putting fucking ketchup between the two things.
We got a picture of it here, guys, and it actually looks fucking great.
I want this.
I want to go find it. I don't know.
I want it.
I didn't find out where. I don't know if it's only at Walmart. Everything seems to be only at Walmart. So hopefully it's not. I'm going to look for it next time I go do the marketing.
Yeah, this should be a regular thing.
Be great. Did you guys hear what KFC is doing this summer? Everything happens in the summer, Dale. KFC is giving away finger sporks. This is literally a finger puppet for your finger, right? It goes over the end of your finger. Did you see the picture?
I see it.
It goes over the end of your finger and it has a spork on the end so that you can eat their mashed potatoes and your corn and your beans and shit without like holding. So you don't have to hold on to the spork. You can just put it on the end of your finger.
Like Americans aren't already lazy enough.
This is the dumbest fucking stupid thing I can ever think. Are people, KFC is the biggest chain in the world, isn't it? Aren't enough people eating your shit that you need to come up with this stupid stuff?
You know what? I think you're right. I think KFC is
in more
way
places than anywhere, right? Yeah. They're only doing.
I went to Ghana for a month and I purposely made my driver take me to the freaking KFC.
And they only had what color meat there?
They only had thighs.
They only have dark meat in Africa.
No, they only had thighs.
Thighs are dark meat.
But where's the fucking leg? Like, where are they getting this chicken from? Are they just not sending it to them, or are they just discarding it?
Anyone who...
Where's the rest of the chicken?
They sent it somewhere else. They
literally only had a menu of like 5 things. It wasn't a lot.
Anyone who orders a KFC side lovers meal in person or online at participating locations between June 21st and July 12th will receive 2 free KFC finger sporks while supplies last.
I want to do this just so we could get it and take a picture. And then
I do too. I mean, I really, really do.
Let's go get it tomorrow. I swear.
And then
we gotta go get it tomorrow.
And then finally, after 85 years, Kraft Macaroni and Cheese is changing its name. 85 years it's been Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. They're now changing it to Mac and Cheese.
Stupid.
The iconic blue box will be a different color blue. And then there's going to be a noodle on there that's smiling. And it's like, most people call it mac and cheese, so that's what we're going to call it. We're going to change it from macaroni and cheese to mac and cheese.
I mean, it's almost like one of those things where, like an example would be, what's a tissue? Kleenex.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know.
You don't know.
Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. You should have just fucking kept the name Kraft.
Yeah. I mean, it's still Kraft Mac and Cheese. It's Kraft Mac and Cheese. They just dropped the aroni part.
Oh, I thought you were telling me they were dropping the word Kraft altogether.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's now Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Because you just said it's now mac and cheese.
I'm sorry. That was wrong of me. I wrote it wrong on the page.
So it's still Kraft.
It's Kraft Mac and Cheese.
That's perfect.
They dropped the macaroni part.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
They dropped the aroni part.
All right. I approve.
And also, a lot of people said that it doesn't taste as good as it did when they were a kid. And I think that goes a lot for a lot of things, right?
Yeah. Have you ever bought a banquet microwavable dinner?
No.
Just go spend 99 cents, because that's what they cost.
Yeah.
And get a banquet chicken nugget microwavable dinner that you know that you had as a kid, and eat it tonight.
I'm not going to.
You're going to wish you hadn't.
Well, I'm not going to do that. And then one more thing, and you cannot believe everything you read. A tipster who listens to our show all the time sent me this article today, but it turns out it's not true. The New York...
That's the Swish Edition tipsters for you.
The New York Post reported early yesterday morning that Johnny Depp had agreed to return to the Pirates of the Caribbean movies for $301 million. But by Monday afternoon, the whole thing was debunked by Depp's camp and said there's no way this is happening. It's all been made up. Actually, during the trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, one of the lawyers asked Johnny, said, would you come back to play Jack Sparrow again for $300 million? And they also asked him if he would also take 1 million alpacas. And he said, no, I will not come back. I'm not going to play Jack Sparrow ever again.
Where the hell do you get 1 million alpacas?
I don't know where that came from, but it's actually from the trial.
Are there even 1 million alpacas in the world?
I'm sure Disney would be happy to have Depp come back. Did you know that the Pirates movies, the first 5 movies, made over $4.5 billion
I know
for
they're
Disney?
big, but I never watched them. I couldn't get into them.
And for the record, I would do anything for $300 million and 1 million alpacas.
Where the fuck are we going to put 1 million alpacas? We'll get Farron to take 2.
We'll just put them. We have a ranch. We'll put them on a ranch. I don't like long shows. I find it very hard to sit through.
Like this show?
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's short and sweet.